Yo Mars, what's up? So, I am gonna record for you uh this set of classes that I'm going through. I myself am only on like week 2. So, I don't think it'll take dramatically long to get you to where I am. But I figure uh if we do that, it'll keep me honest cuz it'll make me need to go through a little something each day. But let me not delay too long. Let me start playing these bad boys. You'll get a feel for them. One day's worth of stuff looks more intimidating than it actually is. It probably won't take you more than maybe 20 minutes for each one of these. But let me get started on day numero uno, and we'll work from there.
皆さん、こんにちは。I'm Davide, Gogonion co-founder. We would like to welcome all of you to our Japanese online language course that we created with one of our partners, Akamonkai Japanese Language School in Tokyo. I hope you are excited as I am to start this course. So, 始めましょう.
All right. Gogo Nihon and Akamonkai Language School have developed this 12-week online beginner course to help you understand the basics of Japanese, prepare for JLPT N5, and complete 150 hours of study. After completing this course, you'll find yourself in a much better position to start at an intensive Japanese language school or continue your studies with further courses, knowing these essential basics. Other reasons you might like this course: you studied in Japan before and you want to refresh your knowledge. You plan to study in Japan, or your plan to study in Japan was canceled, but you still want to learn Japanese, or you want to see if studying Japanese in Japan is right for you, starting with taking this course. So, what is the best way to learn from this course? Practice for at least 30 minutes per day outside of class. Do the exercises and all your homework. It's important to keep up with the pace and do your assignments by the set deadline. Use subtitles. The lesson videos have subtitles in both English and Japanese. Practice with and without them to build up your skills. Join the Japanese beginner course community. I can give you a link to that later. You can share your opinion, ask questions, and practice with other students of our online community, and try to enjoy your time. It can be challenging learning online, and some days you might not have the motivation. Try to remember what you want or why you want to learn Japanese and make the most of the experience. All the lessons in this course are divided by day. There are also 2 introductory sections called Course Introductions and Welcome to the Course, plus a final section called Next Steps. Let's go ahead and continue.
Hi, and welcome to the Gogo Nihon and Akamonkai online Japanese course. In this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate this online platform. After logging in, you will see your dashboard. There are 2 parts here: My Courses and My Communities. The community is a place where users of this platform can ask each other questions about the course or about Japanese in general. To create a new post, simply press the Create New Post button. To go back, simply press Dashboard in the top left corner. On your dashboard in the My Courses section, you can see the progress that you made, you can see the overview of the course, and you can start the course. You can see an outline of the entire course in the left bar. After you're done reading the information on the screen, or if you want to go on to the next lesson, press Complete and Continue. This will add a check mark in the list on the left. We recommend all users of the platform to join the Japanese beginner course community, where you can ask each other questions about the course or about Japanese in general. You will also have a chance to introduce yourself in Flipgrid. The instructions can be found in Welcome to the Course, number 2, Introduce Yourself on Flipgrid. After completing a lesson, the progress wheel will fill up completely and put a red check mark. But don't worry, you can always revisit the courses. If you accidentally completed a lesson without meaning to, you can mark it as incomplete again on the bottom of the screen. Some lessons will have video. By clicking CC, you can turn the subtitles on, off, or to Japanese. Most lessons are in text format, but some are presentations, which means that the audio will auto-start once you press the slide. Make sure that your sound is on. Underneath the course name, you can see a bar that tracks your progress. Every day consists of different subjects, such as vocabulary, writing, grammar, practicing, and homework. We recommend finishing each lesson in the day intended and also doing the homework so you can stay on top of the material and book fast progress. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the community and a member of our staff will help you. Thank you for watching and happy learning.
Okay, I think I misspoke about the link. I think Flipgrid is the one that you should be able to access, which you kind of use to just record yourself speaking a little bit, and they'll give you a little feedback. I don't think there's any kind of paywall other than this like little bit of login info there. So I think you can actually use that. All right. By the time you've completed the whole course, you'll be able to understand beginner level Japanese, and you will have covered the material needed to be able to take JLPT N5. This course will show you how to read and write Japanese hiragana katakana, learn 80 kanji, and also to read and write them, learn 1,000 vocab words and be able to use them, read and understand simple short sentences. And during the course, you'll be able to use useful conversation skills, such as ask about transportation and directions, how to ask for things and do shopping in Japan, understand simple conversations that are often encountered in Japanese everyday life, express your will and opinions in situations that you often encounter in everyday life, and so on. Overview, there will be lessons and course materials for a total of 12 weeks, with lessons planned for each day of the week, Monday through Friday. Lessons begin when you enroll, with 5 days of lessons being released each week until all the course days are live. But don't worry if you can't commit to doing each lesson as it goes. Live as it goes live, as you have 6 months to complete the entire course contents. To do a whole day's lessons and complete the whole work should take approximately 3 to 4 hours. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's even a little bit true. By completing the whole course, you will have completed a minimum of 150 hours of study recommended achieving beginner level Japanese. That seems wildly inflated. Each day has lessons on hiragana, katakana, or kanji, a vocab worksheet, 3 to 5 conversation videos, grammar worksheets to support the conversation videos, plus repetition and practice videos, all designed to help you build up your Japanese level as quickly and effectively as possible. There will be 3 different course tests, one at week 3, one at week 8, and one at week 12. Each test will take you through a random selection of material on the course that you have learned until that point so that we can check your understanding and progress. Throughout the course, you can interact with course leaders, community, yada yada, moving on. So here's that community button. I don't actually think that you would theoretically have access to this. But if you ever wanted me to post something on your behalf, I suppose that could be arranged. Continue. To the survey, I don't think there's any need to revisit that. Frequently class asked questions. How are the classes released? The courses begin when you enroll. 5 days of lessons being released each week until all the course content is unlocked. We advise you to complete the lessons chronologically, but don't worry if you cannot complete them, so that they are released once you have bought the course content. That's fine. What is the link for the community? Not really concerned. Where do I go if I have questions about the course? If you have a question about anything in the course or the platform itself, check this section first. If you don't see an answer, use the discussion option to ask our course leaders and teachers. So that's that link. How do I know when my course enrollment will expire? You can check your user profile, click on order history, and there you will find the course login and expiration date. Will I be able to ask the teachers questions? You can ask questions and get support from the teachers on the Gogo Nihon staff by writing what you want to know more about in the community. Will I be able to talk to teachers directly? Will there be a live class? Although you will be able to interact with teachers and other students through the community, the lessons are not run as a live class. All lessons are pre-recorded and created to help you learn as quickly as possible using our online platform and allows you to complete the lessons at your own pace. However, as an Akamonkai 12-week beginner course student, you can also choose to have an extra 20-minute add-on lesson with an Akamonkai teacher for 2000 yen. What is an add-on lesson with an Akamonkai teacher? I don't think that matters too much. Why are some of the words written differently to how I have seen them before? The written text in this course focuses on teaching vocabulary phonetically to make it easier for you to pick up the correct pronunciation faster. This means that with some word endings, especially with vowel sounds, su, ki, ku, shi, chi, su, pi, and pu, ah, where in many cases the final sound e or u is often not pronounced. We drop that from the spelling. I think that's mostly for the romanization. An example of this is des, which ends with su, but we write it in English as des rather than desu, as it's pronounced without the u sound. We play o, so we know how this works. Um, when do I use ha versus ga as a particle? Ga is used after the subject of the sentence. Keiki ga arimasu. There is what? A cake? Or another example, asoko ni sensei ga imasu. Over there is who? The teacher. Wa is a topic marker. What you have before this particle is the topic of the sentence. Kono keiki wa watashi no desu. This cake is mine, or regarding this cake, it is mine. Watashi no hon wa takai desu. Regarding my book, it is expensive. The particle wa usually divides the sentence into two parts. Before the wa, there's the topic of the sentence, the topic you want to speak about, and after the wa, there is the content of your sentence. O versus ga. What determines the use or the other form when they both are meant to design the object of a sentence? That's worded pretty weirdly. Which one you will use depends on the verb. For example, you'll use ga with arimas and imas. You will use o with tabemas, nomimas, etc. Arimas versus imas. What is the difference and how and when to use these two verbs? Imas, this verb means something like there is, there are, or to exist. It is used to express the existence of people and animals, or in general, living things. And imasen is the negative form. Anasan ga imasu. There is Anna, or better, Anna is here. Arimasu. This verb has the same meaning, but is used to express the existence of inanimate things. The negative form is arimasen. Keiki ga arimasu. There is cake, or there are some cakes. And here, remember you use ga because the name before the particle is the subject. What is the difference between kashimasu and karimasu? Are both the word for to lend? And how do I know which one to use, or is there a difference? I'm wondering how much value there is in going over these in advance. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep going. Kashimasu means to lend, to rent out, or to loan, while karimasu means the opposite, to borrow or to rent. What is the difference between o and wo? The first course, we focus on teaching the vocabulary phonetically to make it easier for you to pick up the correct pronunciation faster. So when we write in Romanji, we put o. However, wo can also be typed as wo. In talking over things with Jimmy, the way that he explained it to me is you will pretty much always use o when speaking, but when speaking poetically, as in like song lyrics, you would use wo. And he said there are too many circumstances outside of that. But I do believe that this hiragana is usually written out as wo in and of itself, but most of the time you go with o. I know. There's like a Code Geass lyric in the OP for colors where they're like G boom wo. And that's always what I hang up on. Get hung up on this wo. Is who pronounced fu or who? Both ways of writing are correct, and the sound of it is never a perfect F or H. Also depends on the region where the Japanese speaker is from, and be closer to a ha, F, or a H sound. In Romaji as well, you can find it both ways depending on the word and the most common pronunciation of it. What is the difference between kono, sono, ano, and kore, sore, are? Kore works like a noun, this, just by itself, and kono works like an adjective in conjunction with a noun, this thing. For example, you would say, kore o kudasai. Please give me this thing that I'm pointing at, while pointing at an object. Kono only works with the noun, and if you said, kore o kudasai, people would not know what you're referring to, even if you pointed at it more closely. This translates to this specific thing and needs a noun to explain. That's kind of confusing. So you would say, Kono ringo kudasai. Please give me this apple instead. Grammar explanation. In grammar, a demonstrative is a determiner or pronoun that points to a particular noun or to the noun it replaces. The standard demonstratives in English are the near demonstrative, this, and the far demonstrates that. In Japanese, there is a further standard, that over there. The variation on how these are used are below. So, thing, that is not a person. There's kore, sore, are, and nan for a question word like nan desu ka. Places, there's koko, soko, asoko, and doko, like doko desu ka, like where is this? Noun modifier, kono noun, sono noun, ano noun, and nano noun, I guess. Please also note, kono, sono, ano can also be used in front of person-related nouns. The polite demonstrative, kochira, and so on are equivalent to both kore and koko, and so on. As you can see in the day 3 lessons, all these places demonstrate doko, koko, can also be combined with no noun, like doko no reizoko desu ka? Reizoko. I'm not sure what reizoko is. How do I conjugate with mas verbs? See below for a simple chart and example using the tabemas, or using the verb tabemas to eat. Present future, verb mas tabemas, verb masen, so tabemasen for present future. That would be positive, negative. Past, tabemashita, and the negative would be tabemasen deshita. Note, in Japanese, whoever the subjects are, verbal forms and their conjugations are always the same. How do I correctly use particles? If you have a question related to particles, we have created an overview cram sheet on how to correctly use them. You can find it here. I can link this to you. I don't think there's too much value in me just spilling over these right now without too much context. What kanji will I learn on this in this course? We teach 90 kanji on the course, and there's currently no official published N5 kanji list. You may occasionally see other kanji mentioned by other sources, but our courses cover the most common kanji that appear on the N5. Cool. Welcome to the course. Are you ready to have fun? Are you having fun? Alright. Here's a vocab index for week 1. I'm probably scrolling too fast. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me. This is a vocab index for week 1 through 12. I was thinking this seemed like too much. But this will also be linked here. If you want to shoot me up and ask me for these, I would be happy to give them to you. This course itself is week 1 through 12, and there are 3 courses total within the bundle that I had gotten. So we'll be at this for a bit, probably. Yeah, but having this as a PDF that you can search is probably helpful. More helpful than just me reading through those. So I will not be doing that. Be strong. All right. Here we go. Day 1. The first actual bit of content here. Week 1 overview. You will learn the basics of self introduction, the polite forms of verbs, and all hiragana characters. Day one will be grammar focused on the particles ha and mo, the particle ka to express questions and doubt, counting 1 to 100, 10 hiragana, a, I, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. You know the drill. So by the end of this week, we'll have more hiragana, a few other bits and bops. I I would imagine a lot of this you've probably heard before, so I don't think this will be too crazy, or at least it felt pretty familiar for me. Um, and I'm only at like start of week 2. Um, yeah. So let's continue. The Japanese writing system consists of 2 types of characters: the syllabic kana, hiragana, and katakana, and the pictorial kanji. Each set has a different usage, and all are necessary to learn to read and write Japanese fluently. Hiragana, which literally means ordinary or simple kana, is used primarily for native Japanese words and grammatical elements. Each sound in the Japanese language corresponds to one character in the syllabary. Hiragana is also used for furigana or yomigana, a reading aid for kanji you will find either next to or above the kanji. It will help you read kanji you may not know yet, so make sure you master kana. Children's books targeted at young children are often written in hiragana. As an overview of the entire hiragana set, we have created this helpful chart, which also includes stroke orders for each character. Each day in lesson 1 through 10, we will introduce you to new hiragana characters until you learn them all. Hiragana table can be downloaded here. Can be linked to you upon request. To learn and practice stroke orders, you can download our helpful practice booklet and listen to the sounds. And to listen to sounds, you could use the Gogo Nihon Hiragana Quest app. This I would recommend you get on iOS, where you got Yo Stylus. Yeah, this app is kind of helpful. I would say it can be kind of picky when going over how you actually write things, but maybe that's for the best for handwriting's sake. But yeah, that app is not bad. It is not free, however, but it is not bad. It's very important to practice writing hiragana every day, which will enable you to master what you have learned faster. If you have any questions, you can always ask other students and teachers in the group here. I should also note, Duolingo hiragana and katakana is not bad either. It's a little slow going just to get everything available to you there. But that's probably not a terrible thing when it comes to writing. So here's this first batch of characters.
A, I, I, U, U, E, E, O, O,
Here's the next batch of them. I'm gonna speed this up actually, because I'm gonna assume that you're gonna follow along with the app to actually get your hands on it. There's probably still value in having these play out.
か か き き く く け け こ こ
All right. Ooh, hiragana. All right. So here's the vocab for this lesson in specific. So university, college, we've got daigaku. Student, we've got gakusei. Graduate student, daigakuinsei. For major, we have senmon. There's some kind of asterisk here. I don't know what's up. The Japanese language itself, of course, is Nihongo. Tokyo, we've got Tokyo. Route map, this one is not ingrained in my psyche, is Rosenzu. Also, I am particularly bad at separating Ru and Ro. I will want to say Ru for pretty much all of them. So my apologies if I misread something in the future. Harass me on this subject regularly so it gets in my head, please. Osaka, for Osaka, of course. Kohi, coffee. Kocha, for black tea. Omuretsu, for omelet. And omuraisu, for omelet stuffed with fried rice. On that omelet raisu. We've got numbers here. Ichi, ni, san, yon or shi, go, roku, nana or shichi, hachi, kyu or ku, and ju. And then we have going through things. This is where I think like their estimate for hours comes in, because I'm imagining they're thinking we're gonna review these over and over. So you might find value in doing that. For zero, excuse me, there's Zero and Rei. These words are available in the audio directory as well. For Juichi, Juni, for 12, 13, Jusan, 14, Juyon or Jushi. I'm assuming they will help separate when to use ish as we go on. Jugo for 15, Juroku, 16, Junana or Jushichi for 17, Juhachi, 18, 19, Jukyu or Juku, 20, Niju, 30, Sanju, 40, Yonju, 50, Goju, 60, Rokuju, 70, Nanaju, 80 is Hachiju, 90 is Kyuju, and 100 is Hyaku. Hyaku Pasento. Downloadable print can be found here. Audio files can also be found here, so you can pronounce and listen to things. I think this link I should be able to share without much repercussion. What? So that is day 1, lesson 1. Here's this grammar section. They have you go through these clips twice, ideally. Once with subs, once without. They'll introduce these characters. We've got Sensei and Takahashi-san, Sangakusei, Takahashi-san, and Anna-san, the new student. Anasan. Shin. Shin Yusei. Is that right? Shin Yusei. Uh, no, let's. So we've got the words being introduced here. We have Ohayo gozaimasu, probably not too foreign. Good morning. Sensei for teacher. Shin Yusei for new student. Kochira wa Ana-san desu for this Anna. Sakura Daigaku for Sakura University. Gakusei for student. Hajimemashite, nice to meet you. And Yoroshiku onegaishimasu for nice to meet you slash please be kind to me. Oh, this is still at double speed. I'm sorry.
おはようございます。高橋さん、こちらはアンナさんです。桜大学の学生です。はじめまして、高橋です。富士大学の大学院生です。よろしくお願いします。アンナです。よろしくお願いします。
Alright, so that was with English subtitles. Let's do the Nihon.
おはようございます。高橋さん、こちらはアンナさんです。桜大学の学生です。はじめまして、高橋です。富士大学の大学院生です。よろしくお願いします。アンナです。よろしくお願いします。
Alright, not too bad.
こちらは C さんです。A 大学の学生です。
Well, this is just the little section structure for the grammar lessons. They always put these up with two slides. The first slide with the audio just
こちらは C さんです。A 大学の学生です。
it tends to disorient me. So usually I'll just go right to the second side where they have the example text
こ
put
ちら
in.
は C さんです。A 大学の学生です。
Alright, moving on. And then they have the repetition of the same clip.
こちらはアンナさんです。
And they'll request that you repeat as you go here. Sometimes they'll have questions in here too. But in this case, they just want us to say, Kochira wa Ana-san desu.
桜大学の学生です。
Sakura Daigaku no gakusei desu. Okay. Asking for someone's major. So location here. Gaku for school. Characters, we have Gakusei, and which is the student, and Shin Gakusei, new student. And new words we have in here are senmon for major, nan for what, desu for is it, nihongo for Japanese, and so desu ka for I see. Let's do English on first.
専門は何ですか？日本語です。そうですか。
And then again, Nihongo edition.
専門は何ですか？日本語です。そうですか。
Okay. Some additional grammar slides.
専門は何ですか？日本語です。
Senmon wa Nihongo desu. Hold on. I meant to go to the first page of the slide.
専門は何ですか？日本語です。
Not so bad. Then pronunciation repetition.
専門は何ですか？
Senmon wa nan desu ka?
日本語です。
Nihongo desu. All right. Moving on along. So this is where they have that thing where you would record yourself saying your major. So we pretty much just going through the same exercises before.
専門は何ですか？
And then you would reply with your video, and you'd post that recording to that flip server or whatever it was called, and an instructor could respond to you there, and classmates can see it. Not super essential, I don't think, but we will move on. Asking about things you don't know. I'm not super confident in this. I think that's ne. Ne kara nai mono o kiku. Asking about things you don't know. Location, classroom. That key? Yeah, that's key. Kyoshitsu for classroom. Teacher sensei. Student gakusei. And then new student is shingakusei. And then kore for this, the affirmative and negative form.
これは何ですか？東京の路線図です。これも路線図ですか？はい、そうです。でも東京のじゃありません。大阪のです。あ、そうですか。
What's for Nihongo?
これは何ですか？東京の路線図です。これも路線図ですか？はい、そうです。でも東京のじゃありません。大阪のです。あ、そうですか。
And the negative form for video 2.
これも路線図ですか？いいえ、路線図じゃありません。
And then again, Japanese subs.
これも路線図ですか？いいえ、路線図じゃありません。
So the words broken down here are kore for this, Tokyo for Tokyo, rosenzu for railway map, Tokyo no rosenzu desu. It's a railway map for Tokyo. Mo being also or to, hai being yes, demo being but, ja arimasen is not, and Osaka for Osaka. Oh, sucker.
これも
Sorry, I'm just going to slide 2. It's my instinct.
これも路線図ですか？はい、そうです。いいえ、路線図じゃありません。
Feel free to pause here if you need to look at this for a little more.
これも
And then here we have the video repetition. Kore mo rosenzu desu ka? Hai, so this. Kore mo rosenzu desu ka? Ie, rosenzu ja arimasen.
これも路線図ですか？
Kore wa rosenzu desu ka?
はい、そうです。
Hai, so this.
これも路線図ですか？
Kore mo rosenzu desu ka?
いいえ、路線図じゃありません。
Ie, rosenzu ja arimasen. All right. Lesson 3. Remembering the conversation you've learned so far, listen and respond to the teacher. We'll hear the correct answer after each pause. Keep practicing until you get the answer correct.
これも路線図ですか？
Hi.
はい、そうです。これも路線図ですか？
Yeah. Jarimasen.
いいえ、路線図じゃありません。
Okay. We're on the tail end of day 1. Back at it again. Same characters in the classroom. Got the gakusei, got the shingakusei. And the new words for this lesson are sore for that and are for that over there. English enable.
これは何ですか？
路線図です。
それは何ですか？
路線図です。
あれは何ですか？
路線図です。
Then swap the subtitles. Another go.
これは何ですか？
路線図です。
それは何ですか？
路線図です。
あれは何ですか？
路線図です。
All right. Continuing.
これは何ですか？路線図です。
Kore wa nan desu ka? For something over here. And sore wa for that. Here's the same exercise, this time with us repeating.
これは何ですか？
Kore wa nan desu ka?
路線図です。
Rosenzu desu. And that's that for that. One more practice.
これは何ですか？
Kore wa nan desu ka?
タ
Oh,
ブレ
was
ットです。
それは何ですか？
sore wa nan desu ka? I think we're supposed to
路
reply.
線図です。
Rosenzu desu.
あれは何ですか？
Are wa nan desu ka?
コンセントです。
I'm guessing consento is outlet. So let's listen to that again. This time I won't talk over them. I'm sorry.
これは何ですか？
タブレットです。
それは何ですか？
路線図です。
あれは何ですか？
コンセントです。
All right. And here's the literated homework. Honestly, these are not too bad. It might be easiest to just screenshot these and write your answers over it from a tablet. Let me zoom in a little here. B-san, kochira wa Yamada-san desu. So we've got A, B, and C here. You just write in what you think it is over yonder. Or just, it might be easiest to just keep a little tab on the side to write each of your letter answers on these. I'll scroll through them slowly just so you can see everything. Or if you want me to send you the PDF itself, you can just ask me. And then here's another batch for kore, sore, and are, and when to use each. And here's the number 3 option. Or question 3, excuse me. We've got 1 and 2 there. All right. Again, hit me up for PDFs if that's easier for you to digest. And then continue. And we are complete. Then they'll give you homework answers right here. So when I do the following days or the upcoming days lecture, we'll go over these answers together, I suppose. But I'll scroll through them quickly here. So if you want to review what you wrote down previously, you can do it in the same video this time just because it's the first one. So you can get a feel for things. And we will pick back up here next time I record for you. And you have yourselves a great one. Bye-bye.